Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery. Avoid women who talk a lot about sex, because often they have gotten a psychological breakdown from the lack of it. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. A woman will never want sex with a man who doesn't get her hints. Everyone owes nature and death. The only shame in masturbation is thesium of not doing it well. Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another. Who lacks sex speaks about sex-hungry talks about food a person, who has no money about money, and our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. History is just new people making old mistakes. There is no need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. We adults don't understand children because we don't understand our own childhood anymore. Maturity is the ability to postpone gratification. Time spent with cats is never wasted. All people are born bisexual and later choose their sexual orientation depending on their life circumstances. Without love we fall ill. Love and work, and loveth, that's all there is. Perfect, eternal, hate-purified love exists only between the addict and the drug. All adaptation is partial death, the disappearance of a particle of individuality. We enter the world with loneliness and lonely leave it. When people marry, they no longer live for each other as they did before they live with each other for someone. Third and dangerous rivals soon appear for the husband's household and the nursery. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs his conduct in the world. The energetic and successful man is the one who succeeds in transforming the fantasies of desire into reality. You do not stop looking for strength and confidence outside, but you should look inside yourself. They have always been there. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. A joke makes it possible to satisfy a lustful or hostile instinct despite an obstacle in its path. Masturbation is one of the primary abodes, the primary addiction. Subsequent addictions, alcohol, tobacco, morphine, are only substitutes. The secret of the human soul lies in the psychic dramas of childhood. Get to the bottom of these dramas and healing will come. We do not randomly choose each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. People are more moral than they think, and far more immoral than they can imagine. We are so made that we can only derive intense enjoyment from a contrast, and only very little from a state of things. Nothing costs so much in life as illness and ignoring an illness. We seek more to take suffering away from ourselves than to gain pleasure. The scope of one's personality is defined by the magnitude of that problem which is capable of driving a person out of his wits. A man is sometimes more generous when he has little money than when he has much, perhaps, to keep from thinking he has known it all. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones trust the heart. Only the complete absence of sex can be considered a sexual deviation. Everything else is a matter of taste. The voice of the intellect is quiet, but it never tires of repeating, and listeners are found. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Recognizing a problem has half thesis in solving it. Religion is a universal compulsive neuroses. Envy is destructive, and be tempted by it. Live by your own rules. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. At a woman's breast, love and hunger are crossed. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. We are never so defenseless as when we love, and never so helplessly unhappy as when we lose the object of love or his love. People in general are insincere at these sexual matters. They do not openly display their sexuality, but rather hide it by putting on a tight coat zone from a matter called fly as if it were bad weather in the world of sexual relations. A father's death is the most important event, the more heartbreaking and poignant loss in a man's life. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or the deepest despair. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Every normal person is really only partly normal. Limitation in the possibility of enjoyment raises the value of the enjoyment. No mortal is capable of keeping a secret. If his lips are silent, his fingertips vitality oozes from him through every pore. Happiness is a child's dream fulfilled in maturity.